Welcome back to my podcast, The 4 a.m. Talks. I'm your host, Manoj Velu. You are listening to the 4 a.m. Talks podcast. So let's get right into today's topic. And I'm going to tell you, in a way where you would understand the real story that had happened. And along the way, we will try to analyze what it really means. So, in today's topic, there is a story that really, that happened. This is a real story. So you know who Tim Graver was. He was, the personal trainer for Michael Jordan 15 years. For 15 years, can you imagine? The best athlete in the field of basketball had one personal trainer, and that was Tim Graver. So he has written two books. The one is called, Relentless, and the second is called Winning. In one of the books, he has written a story, and he has also told this, in a multiple interviews that he had given. One of the most toughest positions that he was there, in that moment that he had to face was with his 5-year-old daughter. You want to know what it is? He was packing his stuff, and his daughter came and asked him, "Daddy, where are you going?" And Tim Graver said that, this is the travel trip I'm going. This is how I bring food on the table for your mom and for yourself. So, that 5-year-old daughter paused for a while, and she asked his dad, "Daddy, if I eat less, will you be at home more? If I eat less, will you be at home for more time?" This is what his 5-year-old daughter asked him. So, at that moment, Tim Graver, he didn't say anything, but he kept packing. He kept packing. There is the difference. So if I ask you to be Tim Graver at that moment, and if someone like your own daughter is asking you, 5-year-old is asking you such question, what would you do? Most probably you would unpack it and you would say, "You know what, I have to be there for my kid." Tim Graver didn't do that, because he understood that he has a dream, he has this vision, he has this end goal of working towards his dream and everything. So he understood that it doesn't mean saying no doesn't mean that Tim Graver doesn't love his daughter or his wife. It means that he understands what his kid is going through, what she wants and everything. But what will happen if he sacrifices this at this point of time, and if he unpacks and decides to stay with his kid, he is setting a wrong example for that kid, because that kid, 5-year-old kid, will become 10 at some point, 15, 20, 25, 30, and at one point she will understand what her dad really wanted and what he really did, and the world itself is going to know, so his daughter as well. So all this comes down to making tough decisions. As a person, you might be one of the greatest in your industry, but there are going to be a lot of tough decisions that you have to face, professional and personal. So in this aspect, what I would love to ask you is, what are the things that you have that you have let it go no matter what for your dreams? Why has Tim Graver taken that decision? Or why so many great people have taken certain tough decisions that could have gone either way? It is because their end goal is giving them that chill, and it is making them feel that they want to be there no matter what. It is their core belief that it is giving them that chills, it is having that good vibe of getting there, and they'll just visualize themselves to their end goal. And if they're feeling fantastic, and if they're having that goosebumps, and if they're having tears in their eyes, it means something to them. So at one point, Tim Graver's daughter will understand that, and Tim Graver understood at that point of time, and he kept that with him, and he still kept packing. So this is Tim Graver. This is who he is, and we all know what he did for the athletes that he had trained and everything. So this is Tim Graver. What about you? What about you? What you want in life? Are you trying to become someone that no one had become before? At the same time, you need to ask yourself, what are the tough decisions that I have to make along the way? And it could be anything. You could visualize anything, the worst thing that could ever happen. Still, is it making you worth feel like that end goal is mesmerizing me? It is not. It is something that I always wanted to be, and I wanted to be there in that moment, and I want to feel it. And if you are getting that tears in your eyes, and if you are getting that chills, you know what? No matter what it is, you are going to take that decision. You know what it is. In that way, what will happen is you are teaching your kids as well. Most of them don't, but you don't do the same mistake. You have to understand that through your own beliefs, through your own system of you working along through your dream, towards your dream, there are people who are observing you, and who are making themselves understand what it means to get there. So if you are taking that tough decisions, and one day people will understand, most of them will misunderstand you. That is how it is, and you need not have to worry about those things. You have to just keep it going no matter what. That is the most important thing. So in your life, what my question is to you, to write down what are the moments that you let pass by and you gave up on your dreams. Write it down. What are the challenging moments that were there that you could have gone for, but you opted not to because of various reasons? Can you do it again? This is my question. Can you do it again? Can you come back and go all in and try to achieve your dream, whatever it is? So this is the question that I have to ask you. I know that most people are stuck in whatever they do. Their end goal is something else, but they are working because of various reasons. It could be family, it could be putting food on the table, it could be various things. But what I wanted to ask you is, in spite of all this, can you just look in deep with yourself and ask yourself a question? Can I still work for my dream? And can I take those tough decisions like Tim Grover? Can I do that? And that end goal, is it making my eyes to tears that is flowing in your eyes, and you are feeling that chills? You will get there no matter what, because it is not something like a motivation thing that I'm talking about. This is not a motivational video where I'm gonna say, yeah, you know what, you're gonna do it. If you put in the work, and if you understand these things, and if your end goal is exciting, if it is making you feel that I want to get there, then that is your self-driven force that will get you no matter what. And I know that you will be facing a lot of tough challenges. That's how life is. And when you are put into such situations, I know that you will be able to get there no matter what, and you will be an example for someone else who's looking up to you in the future and also past that. Whenever, even if you're not there, your work will always be there and it will never die. With that being said, have a wonderful day, everyone. I'll see you in the next episode. Take care. Bye.